What's going on, everybody? It's Carlos, your host of the Just Fans podcast. I'm joined here with Rios, my co-host of the Just Fans podcast. How's it going, Rios? How's your Sunday, bud?
Very sleep deprived. I'm pet sitting for my brother, and those two
Mhm.
demonic beasts. They sleep all day, so they can terrorize my house at night. They're
Well,
up at
who are you?
4 or 5 in the morning, just running around.
Is it the dog and the cat?
Yeah, Sir Edward and the Fat Panther.
That's legitimately the name of. I know the other one is Sir Edward, but the other one is Fat Panther.
Well, her name is Momoko, but I call her Fat Panther because
Got
she's
it.
really fat.
She's huge. She as big as Luke.
She's bigger.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a
Yeah,
lot. That's like
but she is pretty agile. She can jump on top of the fridge, so she's pretty agile for her plus
yeah.
size.
Wow, there you go. She's got that JJ Watt type of vertical we're talking about.
Yeah, so I call her Fat Panther.
Yeah.
Like Black Panther, but fat.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, man. Another Sunday, ready for some Texans football. Let's see, man.
It's a great day for sports in general. We got the Texans, and then we got the Dynamo playing a semifinal game at 6.
That's right.
I might go to that one. Still debating.
All right. Hopefully you do. Get us some videos or whatnot for the show. But yeah, so we got CJ Stroud coming in. 356 yards from last against the Bengals, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 23 of 39. Has it been? Do you know if Noah Brown is actually out or is he staying in? Has it been come out yet?
He's listed as questionable. They said they're going to test him before the game to see if he's good to go, but more than likely they're probably going to rest him.
Yeah, it sounds about right. But at this point, now, okay, my thing with this game, I think I told you before, it almost sounds a little bit like. Hold on, one more second. I got Backyard Birds podcast says I'll be watching. I guess is that what it is?
WWZ?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not up to date with these acronyms. Oh,
Yeah,
he's out. Yeah, I figured
he's out official. Yeah, I figured. Oh, watching. Watching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, so he's gonna be out. So I think that's gonna be a weapon that obviously that CJ is not gonna have. However, though, as a Texans fan, are you worried? Like, are you too worried about Noah Brown actually not being able to be on this particular game or no?
I mean, it hurts a little not having because he's been our most reliable receiver. Last 2 games, 150 yards and 170 plus last game. So it hurts a little bit, but you have Nico coming back, so helps a little bit. I think Tank Dell's gonna have to be a little more efficient with his targets because he's been targeted 14 times twice the last 2 games, and he's only caught like 6 catches. So he's got to be a little more efficient with his targets. He's had a few drops, so hopefully they've worked on him with the hands machine this week to secure the ball a little bit better this week.
Yeah, so we got a big shout out from Always Arizona Sports TRL. Yo, what's up, man? How's it going? This should be a fun game to watch today.
What's up, TRL?
What's up, man? So now I'm thinking, you're missing a weapon, but hopefully Nico's able to stand up to the challenge or whatnot after not having Noah Brown, especially because Noah Brown has just been a complete asset for CJ Stroud, being open in key situations,
But who had that on their bingo card? Not me.
Yeah, nobody. You saw.
I don't think Noah Brown's parents had it on the bingo card.
I don't think Noah Brown even knew either. It was especially the way he was being utilized in Dallas last season. He was almost non-existent. Same thing with Dalton Schultz. I mean, Dalton Schultz obviously was a little bit more utilized than Noah Brown, but Dalton Schultz this season has. It started off slow. We had high expectations for Dalton, and then during the first few games, we didn't see much of Dalton. It was more of a blocker, if anything. But now you're starting to see Dalton Schultz come out of the woodworks and just kind of get some key third down receptions or whatnot.
I think what it is, when they were missing a lot of O-line, they have utilized him more as a blocker just because we had so many injuries on the offensive line.
Right.
Like they needed that extra protection. But now that, for the most part, the line's healthy, you can actually use him in the pass catching game, and we've seen it so far. Like he's been big weapon for CJ.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a great weapon. So I expect to see a lot of Dalton Schultz today being utilized. As far as offensive goes, I see Dalton Schultz. I see CJ Stroud distributing to different receivers. Again, I'm pretty sure with Noah Brown not being there, you said Nico will step up, of course, and then I can see a lot more of Tank Dell getting some more receptions as well, being that as it's like your number 2 guy. Or number 1, really. I'm sorry, number 1 more than anything. So I see Tank Dell getting a lot more receptions today. Dude, I don't know about you, but I always hate it whenever they put Tank Dell to receive the kick. Like I just can't. It scares me to see
I
him.
hold my breath. But he reminds me of Tyler Lockett. Like they're pretty good at avoiding big hits. Like they know when to run out of bounds or when to just go down.
I know.
If you ever watch the Seahawks game, you don't see Tyler Lockett take a ton of hits, and they're about the same size.
Yeah, no,
So you hold your breath a little bit, but like even at UH, like he was the same way. Like you kind of brace up and take those big hits, even in college. But he was pretty good at avoiding those, and he's done a good job for the most part. I mean, last week that kidney shot was pretty scary. Not gonna lie.
That was very scary. I was like, please don't be out, please don't be out, please don't be out. But no, he was able to recover.
And of course, no flag.
Yeah, the penalties have been killer for the Texans. They're the most penalized team in the NFL this season, man. The penalties have been just brutal. They basically mess up. Number one, they mess up the flow of the game. Any little momentum that you have, they're just going to completely be, unfocused or whatnot.
Larry Tunsil on false starts.
Larry Tunsil false start. Name a better do it. Like, look, I know that I said, hey, give me all the false starts that you want as long as you protect my quarterback, and that is still true. Can we watch it though on the flags? Can we watch it on the
right? Just a couple,
just tone it down a little bit.
Like two less flags would be great, bro. Just two less flags.
I got
it for a whole lot. Just two.
Right, just two less. Just give us, don't make it over 50 yards of penalties and yards, man. But nonetheless, let's go to the comment section real quick. I got Backyard Birds podcast saying, I just want North Carolina to beat Dallas.
Same.
Same. And then Rio, what? Retreat hell? 1, 2, 3. Steven Sims has been activated, so I think he's returning this game. All right. I'm thinking, okay, so let's talk a little bit about what the good, the bad, and the ugly. All right. So what has been good so far for you for this Texans game? I think that's a pretty obvious part, right?
Yeah, a quarterback play above and beyond everyone's expectations. I was watching something the other day, and they were saying that Siege is actually correcting the receivers' routes in real time. Like they're running the wrong route, but he throws them into the right route, and that's how we get all these big chunk plays. I'm like, I never thought about it that way till like someone broke down the film and showed. I'm like, oh shit, they're running the wrong route, but you can't even tell because the way he throws it to them and when he hits them, that accuracy is just you can't even tell it's the wrong route.
Phenomenal. Yeah, no.
This is a rookie doing this. It's something you expect for like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady of the world. Like, man, I'm just blown away. I'm at a loss for words, which is a rarity. No. But hey, here we are.
Yeah, you do talk a lot. No. What about the bad? What's something that's bad for you on this team?
Secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Secondary, we felt it was a big strength last year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we couldn't stop the run, but we were good at stopping the pass. This year it's been a 180. We're top 5 in stopping the run, thanks to Grenard and Will Anderson. But that secondary, I think not having Stingley back there it showed that it was a big detriment not having him back there because we were getting torched.
Yeah,
by mediocre QBs. Like if a guy like Lamar or Patrick Mahomes or the Herberts of the world torch you, you can live with that. But you're getting torched by guys like Baker Mayfield, like
yeah, really? Exactly. The ugly.
The ugly. The ugly, I would say that's something you can kind of measure. It's kind of the inconsistencies when it comes to game planning. Like perfect example, the Carolina game. Everyone picked us to win that game. You're going against a winless team. It's similar to this game. Turned into being a trap game. They got ultra conservative and ended up losing by a field goal. I think the inconsistencies in the game planning early on has been the real ugly part. Because 2 easily winnable games, Atlanta and Carolina, just being conservative with the play calling, ultimately what cost us those 2 games.
I'm gonna agree 100% on you with that. Is that your dogs in the background? I can hear the dog in the background. Yeah. So I'm gonna agree with you on that, on the ugly part, just because I feel like the play call. Don't get me wrong, Bobby Slowick deserves a lot of credit for a lot of what he's doing here. Okay.
Oh yeah, we're gonna give him his flowers, but those 2 games were really on the play calling and penalties.
Play calling and penalties for sure. And so what I'm thinking is, the play calling, I have a big feeling. I think I told you this last week. I have a feeling that this may be a trap game. And now I hope I'm wrong. I have a feeling this may be a trap game.
I have a good
Uh,
point to that actually. Well,
yeah,
I'll let you finish.
yeah. I feel like this might actually be a trap game because it's almost like it's very reminiscent of Carolina, in the fact that hey, we we have a team that hasn't been doing so well. Their pass defense isn't all that good either, but their pass rush is right. The pass rush is pretty good. Not something to brag about too much. Not it's still consistent.
It's not the Ravens, but
It's not yeah, it's not the Ravens. It's not the Steelers or whatever. But it is still something to watch out for. And I think and I hope they don't do this to Texans. I hope they don't underestimate the team that they're going up against because I feel like they did that a lot with Carolina. That I feel like they did that with
and
Carolina
Atlanta because
and
Desmond
Atlanta.
Ridder had 300. Desmond Ridder had 300
Exactly.
yards, and now he's left
Yeah.
to be benched. Like so,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Exactly. I think a problem, and this is going to sound weird because based on the game I saw last week with Arizona, I think a problem might be containing Kyler Murray. He's going to be very slippery. He's going to be coming out of the pocket. He's going to be. I think he's going to make some plays that he's not that we didn't expect to make. He's coming in hot from his last game. How much film do you have on Kyler Murray today, like this season? Also, so uh, how well prepared are you? Also as a offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. So I think all those things are going to be put to the test today with the Texans, especially. We don't have Jimmy Ward today, right? We don't have some key players. So I think Arizona might take advantage of that situation that we don't have some key players in the secondary. Um, Mainly being how do you call it, Jimmy Ward, who has just been amazing. Perriman's out also in the linebacking position as well, so you have to depend on Cashman and Christian Harris as well for the Texans.
and
Um,
Toto.
and To'o is To'o back in today? I thought he was out as well.
Oh no, I think he's out with a concussion.
Yeah. I think he's still going through the concussion
Oh,
protocol.
they got Littleton coming in.
Okay,
The
so
guy they keep cutting and re-signing.
So, Rankins has been a great asset for the Texans as well. So I hope he continues that. But I think as long as they can contain Kyler Murray and the defense played as well as they played against Joe Burrow last week, I think I'm sure I can see this as a win coming out. But if you let Kyler Murray slip, you let him do his plays, you're giving him enough time in the pocket, he's going to make you pay for it. That's what I'm thinking. The run doesn't concern me as much because we are top in the NFL with the run against the run, which is something we couldn't say last year. But then again, there's a lot of things we couldn't say last year about this team that we can't say this year. So that's kind of irrelevant. But regardless, I say Kyler Murray is going to be a factor in this game if they can't contain him. If they can't contain him, he's going to make you pay, and we're going to have a long game in front of us. But as long as you can contain Kyler Murray, I see this. I see us walking out with a win today. And what were you going to say about the trap game thing?
So I was thinking about because a lot of people were, like you said, calling it a trap game, similar to Carolina. And the way I look at it is, they're probably going in thinking, you know what, this is our chance to, instead of being, passenger princess, we could take the drive, we could take the wheel and actually control our destiny. Mm-hmm. We win this game, we win against the Jaguars. We're pretty much in the playoffs at that point because we're a lock for the division. Because if we sweep Jacksonville, we have the division pretty much locked up as long as we don't, fluster at the end. So this is their chance to, be in control of their own destiny. I think, as a coach, that's something I would relate to my team. Like, hey, this is our chance to, control our own fate, not us having to rely on other teams losing to get into the playoffs. We could be in the driver's seat. So I think
you control your own destiny.
Basically control your own destiny. So you're not basically, just you're not worried about trap games at this point. You treat everyone like they're the fucking 70 Steelers. Like you go in thinking this is a war. Like, and that's how they treat this game. Like every game is a playoff game. It's just how you got to look at it, and that's how you control your fate to the end. And another thing with Kyler Murray, so D'Amico and Slowick, they face Kyler twice a year in the NFC West, and our DC Burke came from Arizona, so they have a little bit of insight on how to slow down Kyler Murray. So I'm not too concerned about him, but you're going to have to dedicate a spy to him because he's going to get outside the pocket. And as good as we are as containing the edge, he's still, a threat to make some big plays with his legs. But if we can, take away that element of his game and force him to beat you from the pocket,
it should be fine.
That should be your key to winning. Keep
Kyler
in the pocket.
Yeah, 100%. If you can keep Kyler in the pocket, if you can keep, if you make him uncomfortable. I mean, it sounds easy to say, right? Because that's usually what you say about a quarterback that can actually, that can extend the plays, that can run around like Kyler Murray. I saw him make some great plays last week, which was, seeing Kyler Murray, like, wait, didn't Call of Duty just come out? How are you playing this good?
Right. You must already beat it.
Yeah, he got an early copy of it. Yeah, and so I mean, it was one of those things where I saw Kyler Murray like, wow, this is a Kyler Murray that.
Well, which is why I kind of wish Jimmy Ward would. I wish Jimmy Ward was playing because again, he's played against twice a year for years now
in San Francisco.
But I think he's going to mentor Petrie and those other guys in the second. They're like, hey, these are some of his tendencies. If he does this, he's going this way. If he, calls this audible, like he's going to give them some insights. So I think he's going to be another coach on the sideline for those guys as well.
Yeah. You remember last week I was talking about or a few weeks I've been talking about Jalen Petrie's performance or whatnot, how he's regressed. I think last game he stepped it up a bit. I think he did a much better job on adjusting to Joe Burrow. So Jalen Petrie.
You heard you talking shit like
he heard me.
Like, I got you, fam. I got you.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to show that guy with a god awful Rangers hat that he lost a bet to. Yeah, I remember. I'll make sure. Yeah. So basically, watching out for that. And containing Kyler Murray, as long as you can contain Kyler Murray, the Texans are in good shape. But if they can't, we're in for a long game, guys.
Because one of the receivers they just got back is actually out, Michael Wilson.
Yes,
because he was pretty big for them last game, and he's out this game. So really, you only have to worry about Hollywood Brown on the outside.
Mm-hmm. And that's about it. Yeah. So honestly, that's about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Texans defense can hold it, but it also depends on what defense we're getting today. Also,
right?
Because we as Texans fans understand that sometimes we're going to get straight up not messing around in defense. Like even last week when our defense was actually pretty solid against Joe Burrow. I mean, Texans defense gave up a lot of points. And again, it is. I do understand it is Joe Burrow, but I mean, the Joe Burrow, the Cincinnati Bengals defense gave up way more yards than we did. So last week the Texans gave up like 380 yards to Cincinnati. So that's still a pretty chunk. You know what I mean?
But their defense is supposed to be, a top 5 unit. They have a 509 yards.
Yeah,
so
exactly, they gave up 544 yards to the Texans. So, I think we're overall facing a much. I think the Cincinnati Bengals defense was a lot more difficult to face off than the Arizona Cardinal defense that we're facing off against today. Sorry, I keep saying we. I'm in the Texans.
We're part of the team now.
We're part of the team. Yeah, we're part of it, as you can see by our color rush jerseys. All right, let me ask you real quick. Where do you think of the color rush jersey with a red helmet? I've never seen that combination before.
That's the combo I use in Madden all the time.
Oh, do you? Yeah. I was gonna say it sounds more like a Madden combination than anything else, really. I'm pretty sure
they showed the picture, but it looks pretty badass. I like it. That should be our primary. That should be the primary home one to begin with. Like I like these a lot better than the ones we have now. Like
the color rush is definitely better than the deep steel blue one. I mean, technically it is deep steel blue, but the red numbers they mix it well with
it pops.
Yeah. So honestly, this really should be the primary going forward. But supposedly we're getting new uniforms next season, so we'll see how the Texans do next season. But the
H-Town blue,
H-Town baby,
H-Town blue.
Yeah. What is happening behind you? What did you?
How did that happen?
What kind of party are you having over there, Rios? It's Sunday.
Yeah. I have no idea how that happened. I'm like,
that was insane. I have no idea. For like a minute, I was like, is he turning Super Saiyan? What's going on? Yeah. Oh, wow.
Put me in, coach.
Put me in, coach. I'm in. No. Speaking of the uniforms, man, like I'm excited for next season's uniforms as well. Supposedly H-Town blue is almost going to be reminiscent of that Oiler color. Just
that god awful Tennessee color.
god awful Tennessee color. Back in Houston where it belongs. No.
Right.
Yeah, and so I'm looking forward to those. So I want to see today how they look because like you said, it almost feels like somebody was playing Madden with the Texans earlier this week, and they're like, "Hey, you know what we should do, man? Color us jerseys with red helmets. Have we ever done that before? No. Let's
No,
try
we
it
have
out.
not.
Madden.
No,
We have
another
Madden.
combo I like to use is the all white ones with the red helmets. Also,
That would be. I could actually see that. Even though I'm not a fan of our white jerseys, I don't like them. I don't like the white jerseys. They're too. I feel like they're too basic. So I hope those go away. And replace them with better ones. But other than that, I don't like the white jerseys. But I could see like the all Liberty white with the red helmet. That would be legit. I could
and
see
the
that.
other combo I use is all red helmet, the battle red jerseys, and the red pants.
They look like ketchup bottles.
Hey,
Yeah,
badass.
yeah. That's a fearful ketchup bottle there. Yeah. No, for sure. All right. So let's head over to all around the NFL. Let's do some game predictions, and then we'll finally close out the show with us giving the overall of what we think of the overall score of the Arizona versus Texans game. All right. So let's start off this week. I know that Raiders versus Dolphins.
Oof.
It's a noon game here, but different over there than everybody else. Noon because we're Central Time, so we got the 5-5 Raiders playing against the 6-3 Dolphins. Dolphins are 4-0 at home. The Raiders are 1-4 away, and they're going to be playing in Miami. So, Tua's coming in. Tua's doing great. I mean, his interception numbers are, he's 7 interceptions, but I mean, he's got 19 touchdowns for the season, 2609 yards. Tyreek Hill 69 receptions, 1,076 yards and 8 touchdowns. Like, I like that Tyreek Hill combination has been deadly. I know because I have them on fantasy.
Me too.
So yeah, exactly. And so I'm gonna take the Miami on this one because they're playing at home and they have a way. They're undefeated at home this season, and they're 6-3. And the Raiders, I don't see anything happening with the Raiders this game. So I'm gonna say Miami on that one. You?
Yeah, basically, the only thing Miami has to worry about is stopping Josh Jacobs. You take away the run. O'Donnell's like O'Connell, whatever his name is, he's not going to beat you.
Yeah.
Whatever the rookie's name is, and Devontae. Oh man, I feel for the guy.
Oh, he's getting traded for sure next season. I don't see him. He's not a Raider next season. He's definitely not a Raider next season.
My thing is his whole reason for going to the Raiders was his best friend Derek Carr was
Derek
there.
Carr, yeah.
And then you get rid of him, and then you put in Jimmy G, who's not an upgrade at all.
No,
I mean, sure he's a handsome guy, but he's not an upgrade as an NFL player. And I was done. And you got this. I forget what round they got. This guy like 5th, 6th round, but he's
yeah.
It's a shit show in Vegas. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad because I like Antonio Pierce. I think he's going to be a good coach, but man, they put him in a no-win situation.
Yeah, no, I agree. So now we got the Steelers versus the Browns. They're playing in Cleveland. Steelers are 2-1 away. Browns are 4-1 at home. That has been, I'm pretty sure, with Deshaun Watson, but now Deshaun Watson's out for the season. How well do you think the Browns hold off to this streak? Do you think they win today or they're done?
I think their season's done because they were winning without Deshaun, but this game, their schedule coming up, they would have needed him to win these games, and I just don't see it. As great as their defense is, they're not good enough to carry them to wins.
Yeah,
they'll keep them in games, but like putting up points on the board, I just don't see it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see them putting up points on the board. But then it is Pittsburgh. They've been, they're not consistent, Pittsburgh, here and there. So it's a weird game. But I'm going to take Pittsburgh on this one.
It's a divisional game. I think Pittsburgh they're playing for pride, and they don't want to lose Cleveland, especially when they don't have their quarterback. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just hope they lose so we can get that pick, that early pick.
Keep losing, boys. Keep losing.
Yeah, keep losing. The Backup Bench podcast say hello, gents. Hello, gents. It's game day. Waddle extra week of Raz. I can't read his name. Acane back or something. Acne? Is that Acne?
Okay. Devin Acane.
Yeah. Acane back. Home off a bye. Got to go Fins. Yeah, definitely.
Fins by 1,000.
By 1,000. Yeah. All right. Oh, go ahead.
No.
Oh, sorry. All right. Next game,
this little crybaby.
I saw that. He's up there. What's up? Making his debut, right? There you go. It's okay. You're a better co-host than Rios is.
Better call him Poppy.
Who?
And
I never see that guy anymore.
His English is better too.
Yeah, and he smells better. All right, so we got the Bears versus Lions. Bears are 3-7. Lions are 7-2. Their Lions are at home. Jared Goff is coming in with 2,507 yards, 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Dave Montgomery has 106 carries, 501 yards, 7 touchdowns. St. Brown, we got 65 receptions, 821 yards, 4 touchdowns. The Lions have been pretty good this season.
Legit contenders. This year.
They look, yeah, exactly. They look like legit contenders. The Bears, obviously, not so much. That's a whole mess over there. I'm easily going to take the Lions on this game.
This might be a trap game for the Lions. Hopefully, it's not. It could be. It's a divisional game. They can go either way.
Wow. Okay. All right. So, would you say the Lions, or are you going to say Detroit? Which one? I mean, the Lions or the Bears? I'm sorry.
I'm going to go Bears. I think it's a trap game for them.
You think it's a trap game? Okay. All right. So, you got to go Bears up.
Yeah, they got Fields coming back. They got Herbert coming back. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears flop an upset.
All right. There you go. Real's calling it. All right. Then we got the Chargers against the Green Bay Packers, or Botkins Packers. We got their agreement. Packers, Botkins. We got the Green Bay Packers against the Chargers at Green Bay. Justin Herbert's also coming in hot. 2,349 yards, 17 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Keenan Allen, 73 receptions, 895 yards for the season, and 6 touchdowns. I mean, I'm taking, especially the way that that Justin Love has been playing. I don't think that's their guy. Jordan Love, excuse me. I don't think that's their guy. I'm gonna take the win on this one for the Chargers. I think the Chargers take it. Just Herbert has been just, pretty clutch when it comes to this season. So he's got really good numbers. So I'm gonna take San Diego on. San Diego, LA on this one. Whatever, irrelevant, right? No, I'm gonna take
San Diego.
San Diego, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Chargers on this one. What about you?
Yeah, same. They got too much firepower on offense, and the Packers just can't. They can't win. They can't win a dogfight with those guys.
Yeah,
they just can't.
Exactly. So you got so you got the how do you call it?
Chargers.
You got Chargers. Thank you.
By at least three touchdowns.
3,000. Yeah. All right. So
you got Eckler, you got Keenan Allen, and Herbert can make any receiver look good. So
he can. He's been consistently pretty good. We got the battle of just mediocrity. The Giants versus the Commanders. It's a division rivalry game. So here's where it's fun. Sam Howell is leading the quarterbacks in yards. 2,783 yards, 17 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
McLaurin. It just took him one more game and 80 more pass attempts than CJ to get there. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
With him, it's a lot of checkdowns, like a ton of checkdowns.
Exactly. Yeah, you get to definitely see why his stats are blown up like that. Yeah,
death by 1,000 cuts, basically.
Exactly. Man, and they're playing at home. The Commanders are playing at home, so I mean, Commanders are literally 1-3 at home. Giants are 1-5 away. It could be legitimately anyone's game, but I'm going to go with Sam Howell and the Commanders on that one. Just because the home doesn't really tell me anything. It's 1-3 at home, but I think the Giants are just completely done. I don't see anything from
their season's over.
Their season's way done, and the Commanders. I mean, they're 4-6. Anything can still kind of happen here and there, but I'm not too hopeful for them either. So I'm gonna say Commanders win this one. Rios?
Yeah, they're going to win a very ugly game. It's going to be like one of those 9-6 games. It's just going to be one of those things you, as a fan, you're like, why am I here? Like, I should be out, enjoying my Sunday with my family, going to church,
Thanksgiving weekend,
reading a book, taking a nap. A number of activities would be better than this.
The nap would be, I think the nap would be really good for that one. All right. You got the Cowboys coming in against the Panthers. Dak Prescott, who against how do you call it? Bryce Young. Dak Prescott's coming in at 2,415 yards, 17 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Tony Pollard, 135 carries, 529 yards for the season, 2 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, 68 receptions, 975 yards, and 4 touchdowns for the season as well. Man, where do we think on that one? Logically, Cowboys, but do you think they're going to pull their? Do you think
hater,
sorry, go ahead.
The hater in me is going to pick the Panthers because fuck the Panthers.
You think Dak's going to jack it up?
I mean, they've lost to a bad team this year. They've clearly, they've also lost to the good teams, which again, they're the biggest frauds in the NFC. They only beat on the bad teams. Like they have Dak, getting praised for beating up on the 2-7 Giants. Like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
Like that team is just out there, clicking a paycheck. They're not trying to win games.
They're not. They're also going to be playing in Charlotte, North Carolina. So it's an away game for the Cowboys. They're 2-3 away. Panthers are 1-3 at home. It looks like it doesn't make a difference there. No home field advantage for the Panthers either. Yeah, I'm going to take the Cowboys on that one, but I would really like for the Cowboys to lose, just because I'm a hater. Hate. But hate. But yeah, for sure, I'm going to say the Cowboys take this game. Unfortunately,
I'm going Panthers. I think it's a trap game. They, like I said, they have an ugly loss at the beginning of the year with the opponent they didn't take seriously, and I can see them doing that again. They're not a disciplined team.
Yeah, no, exactly. They're really not a disciplined team. But I'm gonna still take the. I don't want the Cowboys to win just because, I don't like the Cowboys. But nonetheless, that's my own bias. I'll take that any day. All right. Did you guys, by any chance, make any bets this week? No, there's no Jaguars fan in the AFC South roundtable. So Titans versus Jaguars. Titans versus Jaguars. You got Trevor Lawrence coming in at 20 yards, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Derrick Henry's coming in with 148 carries, 625 yards and 4 touchdowns. Kirk is coming in with 49 receptions, 624 yards and 3 touchdowns for Jacksonville. It looks like the Titans they keep losing away. They're 0-5 away. And the Jaguars are 2-3 at home. But how I don't really trust either team. I think both teams are. I mean, the Titans. I don't think they're a good team at all this season. They have, they can't protect Will Levis, Mayo boy. They can't. He keeps. I feel like that's a spark for them, but they just can't seem to protect them. So I don't think the Titans are going anywhere. I fully believe they're in full rebuild mode as well, or they're going to be at least. As they should be. Derrick Henry's gone after this season. I don't see him coming back next season for them, just like Sam, I think, has been very adamant about.
Yeah. They should have traded them in the offseason or by the deadline. Like, what was the point of keeping them here? Like,
yeah, that's what they get. Exactly.
Just wasting his career.
Wasting his career. That's what they get for wearing those Oiler colors, which they belong to us. That's what they get. So payback, karma. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna take the Titans lose on this one. This should be an easy game for Jacksonville. And it should probably put. I hate that. I hope honestly in this one I do hope the Titans beat the Jaguars. This way it's easier for us to move up. But it seems like it's going to be. I think the Jaguars are going to go 7-3 on this one. But
I'm going to go opposite direction. I'm going to go. This is another trap game, and it's also a division game. I think Tennessee might play spoiler for a lot of teams this year. They're not going to win a ton of games, but they might play spoiler for some. One, I think definitely is going to be Jacksonville. They played them pretty tough. And again,
it's a division game. It's a division game.
Those division games, they can honestly go either way. You could have a team that's, riding high and another team that's, sinking towards the bottom, and then catch them on the right Sunday and, they humble them a little bit. I think this might be a game where Jacksonville gets humbled a little bit.
Think so?
Because they got dog walk last week against the 49ers. And I think that's probably affecting their confidence a little bit.
Yeah, no, exactly. 100%. So I can see why. I hope that it is a trap game for our sake. Honestly, I really did hope that. So yeah, I'm still taking Jacksonville, but realistically, yeah, I just hope that the Titans win this one. See, Sam, I do care about your team a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. All right, now you got the Bucks versus the 49ers. Bucks are 4-5. They're 2-2 away. The 49ers are coming in 6-3, and they're 3-1 at home. They're playing at Levi Stadium. It looks like they have a
Ooh,
bit of a home field advantage for them. Brock Purdy's coming in with 2,329 yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Christian McCaffrey's got 159 carries, 747 yards, and 9 touchdowns. And for the Bucks, you got Mike Evans with 43 receptions, 737 yards, 6 touchdowns. Man, Mike Evans still to this day, he's
right.
still he's still balling out, man.
He performs regardless of the QB.
He performs regardless of QB, reminiscent to what we had here with DeAndre Hopkins, right?
And Andre.
And Andre Johnson, yeah, exactly. They perform. Those are the great receivers right there. Make any quarterback look good, right? So I'm gonna say, excuse me. For this particular game, I'm gonna go with the 49ers. 49ers are just they're definitely a contender. I think they're gonna move up to 7-3. I don't see the Bucks winning at all. Then for that reason, again, they're playing at home as well, so they got some home field advantage. Beautiful day, supposed to be over there at 62 degrees.
Oh, that is
So
beautiful.
that is beautiful weather, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna say the 49ers on this one for that
Yeah,
reason.
same. That defense is going to hound Baker Mayfield,
Mm-hmm.
and they just don't. They just can't compete offensively. Like, who's going to stop McCaffrey? And then you
Yeah,
also got Debo, Ayuk, Kittle. Like,
Ayuk, yeah, they have a
all
solid
those
team.
all those guys are healthy and they're playing at home, and they're that NFC, that number one in the NFC is getting closer and closer. Like I think that's another team they're going to try to lock things down and play a lot more disciplined.
That's what I was going to ask you. So do you really think 49ers are Super Bowl contenders right now?
I think it's between them and the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. One of those two will go. I think so
I
too.
wouldn't be surprised at seeing a rematch of that NFC Championship game.
But what about
And
the Lions?
they
Do
could
you
play
see them in there
spoiler,
also?
but I think honestly, man, it's going to come down to Jared Goff because they have a great
Mm-hmm.
defense. They got the weapons on
Mm-hmm.
offense. It's really going to come down to Jared Goff in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
If he can continue this level of playing in the playoffs, man, they might make it to the NFC Championship game. I
Yeah,
don't know if they'll win it, but they'll be there. And
I'll be there.
that's a huge step
It
for
is.
that franchise.
It is big time. All right. Then let's go back to being bored again. The Jets versus the Bills. The 4-5 Jets, 2-2 away. Bills are 5-5, right at 500 though, but they're four and
Yeah,
two at home. And they're playing at Highmark Stadium, which I believe is the Bill Stadium. So yeah, it's at the Bill Stadium. So they're playing at home, which they do have a better record at home. Dude, the Bills are just in shambles, man. What has happened to them?
just
You know,
straight free fall. I think honestly, it's just mental. It's just mental because it's the same team as last year, basically.
yeah, because you got Josh Allen coming in at 2,600 yards, 19 touchdown, which seems pretty decent. 11 interceptions, so not too high about that one. Uh, then you got Cook coming in at 120 carries, 615 yards, 1 touchdown, and Stephon Diggs 73 receptions, 868 yards, 7 touchdowns. I mean, legitimately numbers wise, that sounds pretty normal. Again, the interceptions Josh Allen has thrown it's a higher number that he should be throwing, but nonetheless, man, they just can't seem to finish off games. It's like a lack of focus, something. Then obviously some how do you call it? Probably some in team problems also. Maybe with Stephon Diggs.
I was gonna. There's some stuff behind the scenes. I think this is
Yeah,
Diggs last year in Buffalo. I see him gone after
but
this
yeah.
year.
I don't see him in Buffalo. We'll take him.
Right?
We'll take him.
I'll pick him up. I'll pick him up from the airport right now.
Pick him up. Let's go. Bring the dog. No, but yeah, I don't see. Yeah, I don't see Stephon Diggs either. Back with the Bills. They're just in shambles. I don't know what's gonna happen with Josh Allen. Like you said, it seems like it's all it's all like mental and
Matt,
stuff like that.
the Madden curse lives.
Yeah, Madden curse lives, man. I don't know. Yeah, they really regressed.
Only guys that beat her, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Bills are in shambles. So I don't even know. What to think with them. So I will say that they will beat the. I'm going to predict that they beat the Jets at home, just because they do have a better record at home. 50-degree weather. Looks like it's going to rain. So I think they take home a victory today, just for that reason, which should be
I'm,
able to help them out a little bit, but I don't know.
I'm gonna go Jets. I think if it's terrible weather conditions, they had the better running back, and the better
True.
running game.
That's true. Okay, so we got a
Because
little
the
shout out
running,
from Alexander Harbula. What's up? I don't like your
oh
logo,
man,
but what's up, bro? Thanks for checking us out. This could be a good game. Then we got the Football Fantasy Garage saying, "What's up? What's up, guys? How's it going? Hope
oh
you're all
man,
doing great. Check them out. Fantasy Football Garage. That sounds like a really cool name. I like that. Yeah. What do we think of that, Rios? Gosh, it's all your fault. No.
all right.
Right. We have to come up with just fans. No. What was your slogan for that?
It's just dirty enough.
It's dirty enough. You're sick. Anyway. Yeah, no. Going back to that, I just saw the fact that it was raining, so that's probably gonna be a rainy game. So yeah, it looks like the running game might be up for that one. It could be a good game, but it's I don't know. I don't see the Jets coming out of a win with this one.
I think it's raining. It's gonna be muddy. To depend on your defense and your running game, and I trust the Jets defense a lot more than I trust the Bills defense.
Yeah. Okay, so you're taking the Jets on this one?
Yeah, it'll be an ugly game, low scoring, but I see the Jets pulling up the upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, it's another divisional game. They know each other pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. So Lakeith Lease is asking, are y'all doing a play-by-play live? No, we're not. Eventually we'll get there, but not today. I just want to watch the Texans game and just relax for a little bit.
I don't think you want to see all. You don't want to see all that cursing.
Oh, yeah. I think YouTube will allow only so much. We're very different people as we're watching the game live. I can tell you that. We're very different people. Thanks, bud. Thank you for checking.
We're like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, like it's like a whole complete different side of us. Don't let this fool you that we're completely different. We start swinging at each other. No, I'm just kidding. No,
these are our Caucasian voices.
I don't know. This is how I normally talk. All right, so we got the Seattle.
Me. I'm from Italy, sir.
We got Seattle against the Rams. Rams are 3-6. They're 1-3 at home. Seattle is 6-3 right now. About 2-2 away. They will be playing at in LA in Inglewood, California. Man, Geno Smith has basically revolutionized his career for a second year in a row with Seahawks. Did not expect that. Nope. Walker's coming in with, Geno's got 2,171 yards, 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Walker's coming in with 145 carries, 595 yards, 6 touchdowns. For the Rams, though, I hope I'm pronouncing it, Nakua, the wide receiver, 64 receptions, 827 yards.
Puka Nakua. Yeah, you said it right.
Puka Nakua. There you go. There you go. That's a little Spanish in me. All you got to do is read in Spanish for a little bit. You'll be there. But nonetheless,
roll your R's.
Roll your R's. Anyway, so let's say I got. I'm gonna take this Seattle on this one, even though they're playing at home. Even though, they're playing in LA. So, just because Geno Smith is coming in hot. I like that he's revitalized his career in Seattle. After Russ, became a Bronco country. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Ride it to the ground.
Ride it to the ground. Yeah. But yeah, I like Geno Smith. I feel like it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. His career coming back up again. He's been consistent. Didn't he get a contract extension last season as well?
He did.
Yeah. And so, I like the fact that he's kept them, in the race. For goodness sake, they're 6-3 right now. So that's not, they're still in it, obviously.
It's a tough division.
Yeah, it's a tough division too. So I'm gonna say Seattle on that one against the Rams.
Yeah, same. Just because I also have Kenneth Walker in fantasy, and I need him to have 5 touchdowns.
There you go.
There you go. They're just a better team. I think LA needs to blow it up at this point. Like they sold out for their Super Bowl win, which I don't blame them one bit. But at this point, man, you got to blow up that roster.
You do.
It might be a time for a coaching change too. I think might be time for McVay to move on.
Yeah. No, I agreed. Let's go with the Sunday night game. I don't know who keeps putting the Broncos in primetime, but they don't deserve it.
Jesus, why?
Yeah, Vikings versus Broncos, 49-degree weather in Denver, Mile High Stadium. Vikings are coming in 6-4. They're 4-1 away. Clearly, the record's better off away. Broncos are 2-3 at home. They're 4-5 record overall. Russell Wilson's coming in with 1,806 yards, 18 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Honestly, his interception to touchdown ratio this season has not been. It's not bad. Uh, Now, Mattison or Madison, 130 carries, 461 yards. T.J. Hawkinson for Minnesota coming in with 71 receptions, 681 yards, 4 touchdowns. So obviously they're not going to have they're not going to have Kirk Cousins. But man, how good of an addition has Hobbs been for Minnesota?
Again, who had that on their bigger cards? Not us. Maybe NASA. Maybe NASA did.
Maybe NASA. No, you know who it was? You know who it was? The NFL script.
The script writer. He's
the script writer.
He's on another level this year.
Exactly. He's on it.
That schedule planner, wherever you are, sir, I hope you stub your toe. Because why in God's name are the Broncos in 5 primetime games this year? 5. Yeah. Them and the Jets. Come on.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Rodgers went down week 1. You could have flexed all those games out of primetime.
You could have. You really could have. I mean, they did the same thing like with the Broncos last season. Remember, they had the Broncos in 4 games in primetime, whatever it was, because of Russell Wilson coming over, and then Russell Wilson ended up being just absolute garbage for the – yeah. I think they did the same thing with the Jets this season because of Aaron Rodgers. They wanted to see his because it writes a better storyline. It writes a storyline, and
they gave the Broncos even more primetime games this year. Like, why?
Yeah, the Broncos are not—they're not good. I mean, they're really not. I just hope they flex in it. And this is not just a homer take; it really isn't. They should flex in the Texans game. There has been talks about flexing in at least one. You said the Jacksonville Jaguar one, right? Is that the one you're talking about? Rios?
Well, I think it's too late to flex that one. I think the next one will probably be us and the Jets. But again, what would be the point? Like,
there's no point. So maybe not.
It's great. It's great for us being in primetime, but like nobody wants to see the Jets in primetime. I don't think their own fans want to see them in primetime. Like,
take them off. Yeah, take them off.
My thing is this: you had 2 rookie QBs coming in 1 and 2. You only have one of them in one primetime game, which was Bryce on a Thursday. That was it.
Yeah,
that was just bad. But I get the Texans were absolute cheeks last season, but come on, like they have a complete roster overhaul, complete culture change. Like, could have given them at least one primetime game.
Yeah,
if you could do it at the beginning of the season, you had plenty of time to flex again, at least one. Yeah. No, we're getting the Broncos and Vikings in prime time.
Exactly. I'm gonna go with the Vikings on this one. Josh Hobbs has been coming in hot. I hope that this kid keeps going. I remember seeing him in a couple years ago, whatever it was. I saw him play. I think Tennessee. He was playing with Tennessee, and the starter went out, and then Josh came in. He gave him some hope, but I was like, wow, this is he brought some hope back, but then I think they ultimately ended up losing it. But seeing Josh Hobbs now with Minnesota, he's been a little spark for them. So hopefully he continues it. They're Minnesota 6-4. This should be a win for Minnesota, unless Russell Wilson just dials it up to 11 and just balls out. But I don't think so. I don't see that happening. So I'm going to take the Vikings on this one for that reason, and because they also have a much better record away than they do at home. So what do you think, Rios?
Yeah, I'm going to go Minnesota. Like, Dawes is playing pretty well. And I think, besides the Broncos pulling up a couple upset wins this year over the Chiefs and what was the other team they beat?
Which one? The Vikings?
No, the Broncos. They've got some upset wins this year. They beat the Chiefs and they beat somebody else. I can't remember. But they've been playing a little bit better than the record says, but at the same time, it's been very ugly wins.
They have. They beat the Bears. Yeah, so they beat the Bears 31-28. They beat the Packers 19-17. They beat the Chiefs 24-9, and they beat the Bills 24-20.
There we go. That was the other one, the Bills. That's the other upset. Yeah. But yeah, I think this is the week they come back down to earth and they lose to a pretty hot Vikings team. Because at this point, they're just playing for pride. The division's lost at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Playoffs not happening, so they're just playing for pride.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right. Let's go over because we're about to exit the show just because we give our viewers at least 5 minutes to hey, in case you forgot to set your fantasy lineup, this is the time to do it. Okay, Cardinals versus Texans. Yeah, don't forget Cardinals versus Texans. All right, you know what I'm gonna say, Rios, because every time I've taken the Texans to lose, they always end up winning. So, and I've been on a pretty good record since. So I'm gonna say this is a trap game, and the Texans lose 23-24. Giving my team some hope. Yeah, there you
Reverse
go. You
psychology.
said reverse psychiatry. That was from Parks and Rec. But nonetheless, I'm gonna just for that reason because I've been on a roll. I say the Arizona Cardinals beat the Texans 23-24 because again, I'm on a roll every time I choose them to lose. Go ahead.
Well, I don't believe in that reverse psychology. And I'm gonna go. I think, like I said, they treat this as a must-win game, and also this is the 6-year anniversary of when Andre Johnson entered
Andre
the Ring
Johnson.
of Honor,
Yeah,
and they won that game also.
God, it's
This
been
is the year. This is the year we had Deshaun Watson as a rookie, and he was done for the year at this point. So we had what's his face, Tom Savage playing quarterback, but we managed to pull off a win on the Dre Day, and I think 6-year anniversary win again. But I think we win a little more convincingly this time. I think we win 31-10.
You think you see a focused Texans team, you see a determined Texans team, a much more mature team coming in, thinking, "Hey, goal in mind is to win today because we control our destiny." Because for sure, most likely the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to end up beating the Tennessee Titans, and that's going to put them in a much higher position. Us coming in, yeah, I agree with you. So
This is their chance to change the narrative.
Change the narrative around. Yeah, change the narrative around. I'm still gonna go with my pick just for psychiatry reasons, or put it out to the universe so that I'm wrong. But nonetheless, it should be a good game overall. All right, 11:55 on the dot here Central. So that's gonna be our show. We'll be back on tomorrow night. I think tomorrow night's gonna be a recorded show, but we got the great Dan Carubia who on the show who I've always wanted to have this guy in because he's so knowledgeable when it comes to baseball history. He's got a picture of him as a little boy with Jackie Robinson on Facebook. Like it's such a great picture to look at. And he's going to be talking to us about his experience with the Tri-City Valley Cats up there in New York and or Jersey, whatever it is. It's up north. But we've had a lot of our Astros players go there as well. So that's going to be a good little conversation that we're going to have with them. So that'll be we'll record it tomorrow. We'll probably start it out maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on the scheduling or whatnot. But that should be fun. All right, for us, that's going to be it. Rios, anything else to say?
You see how spoiled this dog is? Look at him, just spoiled.
Is that all he wanted? Is that all he wanted?
Yeah, that's all he wanted.
Some attention. All right, it's okay. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.